Hey guys, what's going on? Chimdi here. So today we're launching a new series and it's called Fixed It. So basically what I'll be doing on this series is I'll be taking a look at works done by other designers, usually designers who are more junior and at the beginning of their career. And I'll be taking a look at it, trying to fix it, trying to make it better overall. And in the process, hopefully, you can pick a thing or two from this series. Also, from time to time, I'll pick a product that pisses me off one way or another, then roast that product, then fix it. Basically, just trying to, I don't know, I got stuck there. I don't know what I wanted to say. But yeah, that's what the series is about. Who cares? Intro is done. Guy here. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Jumping into the design. First of all, let's take a look at what the task is. So I guess this is some sort of what do you call it, boot camp for designers. Okay, so the brief: using Figma, create a unique, innovative core feature for Hot Gist app, a social app that revolves around trending conversations and topics. You have to create a fresh, new, and exciting functionality. Your idea has to be new, not anything common that keeps users glued to the app. Well, let's just take a quick look at the deliverables. Style guide, high fidelity presentations, blah, blah, blah. So now, what the designer has done here, first thing I'm observing, this borrows from current UX patterns that you see across a number of social media products, especially TikTok, where there's a For You tab and a Following tab. That's okay. I think Twitter has the same feature now. Now, for a product that is built around conversation, first observation I'm making is it feels too much like a blog, not a social platform. There's no cue that makes you want to engage in a conversation. The only thing I can see here is like sections that look like articles that these sections feel like they want you to read an article, basically. And for socials, one of the things obviously that we've come to learn is monotony doesn't always convert. There's a reason why infinite scroll exists. It's just the idea of variable reward. So if everything looks the same all the time, you're not going to get a lot of conversion. You're not going to have a lot of people engaging with stuff. But then I guess on the other hand, that is more about the content on the platform than the layout of it. So we'll tackle both. So let me just quickly create a new section here where we'll be working. So let me paste this here. Then I'll make a duplicate. So what we want to do first is let's get rid of everything in here. I think we'll keep the nav. I don't have a big issue with the nav, so let's just keep that. The status bar is fine. I think this comes from a community file, which is okay. I mean, that's cool. Okay, so since in the brief, one of the requirements for this task is something fresh, right? It's literally written in all caps here. Fresh, new, and exciting functionality. So yeah, let's take a stab at that. I'll lose this auto layout. Let's start this afresh. Let's make this a 32 because this is mobile. So I'm increasing it to 32 because a 24 pixel touch target is going to be difficult to, tap on a mobile display. So personally, for mobile, I like to make sure the target is not less than 32 pixels all around. Okay, so this is the logo. Okay, well, let's lose this for now. We'll come back to that. So first thing I'll do, let's get rid of the stroke. Hello, Joanne. I have no idea why this is the typeface that was selected for this, but I'll just act like I'm not in the mood to roast anybody today, so let's just go ahead. I'm not creating styles or anything. I'm just going to really focus on some of the visual patterns and some features here. We'll talk about style guide in other videos. So let me use a really sleek typeface that I've come to discover recently. It's called Bricolage Grotesque. Okay, maybe make this a 32. I don't know what the H1 here is supposed to be. Hello, Joanne. So, celebrity weddings in Nigeria. So, now, from what I'm getting from this application, right, this is topic based. So the topic is created by an individual and then other people engage around it. That is the assumption I'm making. So it's basically like how Twitter works, where someone makes a tweet, then other people engage with that tweet. Just make it shinier, I guess. Okay, so let's put this back into an auto layout. Make the padding on the sides. I think 16 is actually fine for mobile. And no, this is not right. Mobile is supposed to be 390 width. So that's the first thing to fix here. 390. So make this 390 as well. Move it to the edge. Give it a 24 pixel. No, that's too much. 16. The top and bottom. Reduce this spacing to 0. Okay, we're making progress. To be honest, this Hello Joanne isn't relevant because the thing about social media applications is you have very limited real estate and you have to maximize every pixel of it. So most of the screen real estate is going to be spent on showcasing content to the users and getting them to engage with that content. So I think we'll lose the Hello Joanne. Fine, we can still keep the For You and following tabs. There's no issue with that. I think that's perfectly fine. But in the spirit of maximizing screen real estate, we can try to be a little creative with it. There's no harm in that. And move that to this masthead area. Once again, I'll change this to bricolage. Bricolage grotesque. Wrap this in an auto layout. Wrap this in an auto layout. Make it 8 pixels on both sides. Then wrap both of them in an auto layout. Change the spacing to 0. Set the whatever it's called to hug. Then I think we can change the side padding to 12 pixels. We can give this a background color, make it white, make it rounded, maybe 16 pixels. We might have to add some padding to the both sides of this. Now change this to say 14. Give this a fill. Make it black, maybe 4% black or 6%. Then move it in here to the center. It kind of looks a little big, but I think we'll come back to that later. For now, let's focus on 100%. Okay. Not bad. What we're looking to achieve is a fresh, experience that encourages people to engage with content on the app. There's an issue I'm spotting here. The hierarchy of the content on the left here is a bit wrong, especially in relation to the goal that we're trying to achieve, right? So the topic, which is celebrity weddings in Nigeria, is being prioritized over the content itself. So, which I don't think should be. I think the content should take precedence, right, over the topic. So let's go ahead and fix that. So let's move this in here. Bricolage. Change this to a 24. Make the spacing 140. Oh my goodness. 140%. 140%. Okay, that's, yeah, 120 is fine. First, let's wrap this in an auto layout and give it the 16 pixel padding that all the other elements have. Then we'll set the content to fill and set the width to 390. Okay, progress. Now we have the content in here. The avatar of the person who made this post. I think that should be the next thing. That should probably go on top, because in terms of hierarchy, I think is an important thing to give some importance. Okay, wrap this in an auto layout. Set the direction to down. We'll take this up, lose the outline. 8 is too small. So typically for mobile interfaces, I don't think there should be anything smaller than 10 pixels. And that 10 pixels should be maybe the titles of stuff on the nav or footnote or whatever. But 8 pixels is just absolutely impractical and should just not exist. So let's see what a 12 looks like here. We'll change this to 16. Set this back to fill. I think it broke when I brought in the author. Okay, I don't see any engagement metrics here. Engagement metrics play a huge role in getting people to engage with content on the internet, because consciously or subconsciously we have a certain amount of herd mentality naturally, built into us. People tend to engage more with what is trending. People go to look at tweets that already have engagements and like videos that have been already liked by hundreds of thousands of people and all of that. So we are generally more attracted to things that are already gaining traction. Okay, so now I'm thinking about it. Since we are trying to do something unique, what we can actually do is to turn the premise of this social application to become an audio-based social platform. So it's just speech. People send voice notes. Then this now becomes sort of like a transcription of that audio that is being sent. And I think that's cool. That's cool. And you can record your own audio to reply to that, whatever it's called, that voice note, So, okay, I think we're getting somewhere now. Okay, so let's wrap this in another auto layout and set it back to 390. Then we will Okay, make this into a card. So you know what, let's add some padding here. It's 8 because this is going to have some color. I'll just increase the padding on this card, give it some radius, 16. Okay, then what we might now want to do is just find a creative way to indicate that this is actually captions for audio, not like the actual main content to focus on. So how do we do that? We can borrow from Spotify's UX for displaying lyrics. So let's add a bunch of text to make this a bit longer. Okay, that should be enough. So basically what I want us to do is to have like a gradient at the bottom that makes this text fade away at some point. So we'll quickly just create a rectangle, make it white, turn this to a linear gradient, both the 0 and 100, both the top and bottom, make them white. Change the opacity for the top to 0, rotate this, then hold Control to move it in, and automatically it gives it an absolute position. Shout out to Figma for this cool update. Okay, set it to fail as well. Okay, then we can drag this up a little bit. So instead of, I think that's cool now. So instead of just having the name here, we can now use this real estate down here to indicate that this is audio. So okay, this is already wrapped in an auto layout. I'll rename this to player. So what we could do is give this a 12 all round, give it a fill back, change it to 4%, maybe make this an 8, fill, set this to fill. Then this avatar, make this bolder, because I want to see if we can make the avatar the play button. Don't know if that makes sense. Then just have the name here while we use this real estate for play controls. So we can get creative with how we indicate how far something has played. I'm thinking we can use maybe the outline of the card to show the play progress. I don't know how that might work out, but yeah. You know what? Let's take the avatar. Let's move it back in here. Let's make this 24. No, let's change this to scale. Change this to scale. Come back here. 24. Okay. So let's move the icon out of here. Let's just change the constraint of this to bottom. Let's anchor it to the bottom so it doesn't keep jumping up and down. Okay, so something else that just came to my mind is we can also borrow from the UX of stories, right? So that ring around the story, when it hasn't been looked at, when it hasn't been viewed, is actually a very, very good cue to get people to tap on it. So what we could do here is for a post that hasn't been played yet, we can give it like an outline with a bunch of colors, a 2-pixel outline that has a number of colors, bright colors, not too bright to blind you, but like bright enough to just make you want to know what this is about. Let's give it 4 stops. I actually like this update where you can set the percentage of the stop, numerically. So I can actually make this maybe 33, then 64 and 100. I think that's fine. So for the second color, we can change the hue to something close to yellow, 50. Change the hue here to 70, which is kind of green. Then maybe do a purple at this point, but yeah, also this green should be bright. Okay, I think I can live with this. Then also in production, this could be animated. So something we can actually do is, beside that play button, indicate how many plays it already has, right? Maybe 1.4K, right? Then we duplicate this, maybe change this to a reply icon. Okay, change the spacing to maybe 24 and set it to hug. Okay, I think we're making some progress with this. Then some other thing I'm thinking could be nice is to have an instant way to reply to an audio post, because that way it increases the chances that you're going to create and not just consume, right? We can use this real estate for that. So what we might want to do is change this to a mic icon. Increase it to 24. We want it to be more prominent than the others. And okay, maybe wrap it in another auto layout. Okay, so we paste it in this auto layout. Change this, this rather. No, what is going on? Okay, yeah. Change this, change the direction, set this to fill. Also set this to fill. Okay, so now, okay, makes sense. wrap this in another auto layout, set it to give it an 8 pixel padding on both sides. Then I'm thinking maybe make it have a colored background to differentiate it from the rest of the stuff. Maybe maybe borrow that linear gradient. Okay, I probably have to make it into a style, so let's quickly do that. I don't care what the name is. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's leave the outline, then make this rounded, maybe 12 pixels. So for the sake, well, let's try making the bottom white instead. I see. The black actually has more contrast. So what I might want to do, I think, is the green here that makes it. Yeah, I was right. So we can keep it this way. So the idea is once you hit this record button, it starts. You can easily start recording your own reply to the thing. For the nav, we'll change this to space between and change this to 390 and center it. Then card. Let's make this card wrap. Then wrap the card wrap in another auto layout and name this content, so that we can duplicate all the stuff that's inside. Set this to content to 390. Okay, so now we can make several duplicates. Remove the spacing, set this to 0. We want the nav to be on top. At the end of the day, it's going to look something like this, which I don't think is bad for, a first stab at this. So I admit the updated version doesn't look a lot like this, but I tried to follow the brief more than the visual, and I think it's starting to match the brief that was given here. Share your thoughts. How do you think this design could have been made even better than this? What other approaches you think the designer could take to solving the problem stated here? And yeah, this was fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. Take care. Peace.